My name is Jason Sullivan, and this here is Logan Kayla. We're going to be discussing gun control today. What are your views on gun control?
I think it doesn't work whatsoever. In most cases, you look at Mexico. They have one gun shop in the entire country. It's government owned, and only government officials can get weapons. And look at how bad they're doing. They got the cartel. They have foreign illegal weapons, AK-47s, rocket launchers, and everyone thinks, oh, we made drugs illegal, so nobody's going to do drugs now. Well, when you make guns illegal, people are going to find a way to get them. We have a country right to the south of us that you can walk down, and the cartel can ship guns over the border, whatever. It's not like it's going to stop. We're going to stop having guns just because you ban them, you know. And cities like Detroit, New York, Chicago, all these places that have the highest, like the most gun control in the country, are often have the most gun violence and gun-related deaths out of any place because nobody has the right, nobody can defend themselves, nobody can have concealed carry to stop a shooter. It just doesn't work right now.
So having less guns on the street actually hurts more people?
I would think so, yeah, because if you take, all it's doing is taking away guns from the law-abiding citizens. You put out a law saying you can't have this type of firearm or you can't have firearms. The people who follow the law are going to follow it because they're good citizens, but criminals aren't just going to say, oh, well, they told me not to buy guns, I'm not going to buy guns now. No, they're going to find a way and they're going to get weapons, and then nobody else can defend themselves against these criminals. Only the criminals have guns.
So these law-abiding citizens that would be losing their guns, are they trained to have those guns and use them?
They don't need to be trained. It's our Second Amendment right. I mean, most of them are part of the NRA, go through gun programs, go to the shooting range. Most of them know how to handle a firearm anyway. And whether they do or not, it's our right as American citizens to own these types of weapons. It's our Second Amendment right.
But so these people with firearms would know how to properly use them and defend themselves or others if necessary?
No, it's not like it's
no,
a science.
The ones that are part of the NHRA and they know how to use a gun. Or sorry, the NRA they know how to handle a gun, so they know how to use it to protect themselves, yes?
Well, yeah, why not? It's not a science to learn how to use a weapon. You can go to training courses. People go through background checks to get these weapons. You wait. There's a waiting period. People go through a lot to get weapons. They don't just go all willy-nilly buy a gun. And, you know, when you buy something, you learn how to use it, you know. You go to the shooting range, learn from people there, whatever.
So then why would we want to take guns away from average Americans who know how to defend themselves and others? It's as simple as that. Why would we want to disarm those who can protect us? That's like disarming our military or our law enforcement. Who would protect us?
Yeah, you are. When you call 911, you got those 9 minutes where you're the police. You got to defend yourself. What are you going to do when there's a murder in your house? You're going to call and wait for the police to get there and he's pointing a gun at your kids or whatever? You know, you got to take the action into your own hands. That's the point of a gun. It's a great equalizer. It helps with women if you're walking down the street alone. You don't have to be a big, muscular person to defend yourself if you have a gun. It equalizes the playing field. That's the basic gist of it.
Well, thank you for giving your opinion today, Logan.
No problem.
That's it.
Gabe Porter here, and I have Jason Sullivan, who we are going to be interviewing Gabe about gun violence.
What are your views on modern gun control in the U.S. right now?
We see gun control, it can be a good thing, and that prevents murderers and rapists and the whatnot from getting these weapons and then pursuing to hurt more people. When you take gun control to the next level and you start banning people from getting these automatic rifles and pistols to protect themselves, then they're the ones getting raped and murdered.
So, our government isn't taking away the guns from the bad guys?
No. They are getting guns from cartels and whatnot. Take the Las Vegas shooter. He wasn't supposed to own a weapon, yet he had several of them in his apartment.
So how could that have been avoided? Or how does modern gun control stop that?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Take drugs, for example. Drugs, they're illegal, yet people are still doing crack and heroin and ruining their lives.
So you're pretty much telling me that gun control at its simplest form is unarming the law-abiding citizens,
Yes, exactly.
why would our government want to do that?
Well, I don't know. That's what we got to find out.
So what is modern gun control doing to our law-abiding citizens today?
Well, they're banning bump stocks after the Las Vegas shooting. They're taking away high caliber weapons like RPGs and whatnot. They tried banning pistols not that long ago in Chicago, which was outlawed by Supreme Court because that's our Second Amendment right.
Doesn't our Second Amendment state that our right to own guns is
Shall
for a
not be infringed.
militia?
Yeah.
So we can...
The militia is the human population, or the U.S. population, by themselves. That's how we won against. That's how we won our independence.
So the U.S. was founded. Look at that. That's a little bit of history. They didn't have gun control back then.
No.
All right. Well, it's good talking to you today again. Glad to see we could get some of your
Here
opinions
with
on this.
Melanie Gregson interviewing Michael Green.
Hello? Hello?
What gun control laws exist today?
That's a really large question. There's a lot of gun control, there's a lot of gun violence, the most prominent being registration. They want everybody to register their firearms. There's certain types of firearms that you're allowed to have, you know, depending upon the magazine size or the length of the barrel. Specific measurements that preclude you from owning specific firearms, such as AR-15s or other weapons that are tactical in that nature.
Okay. What gun control? What? We're cutting that out. What fewer restart it. Would fewer guns result in less gun violence?
No. The fact is that guns are prominent. They're everywhere. Even countries like Paris, where they're completely banned, you can't buy them. The police don't even carry firearms. You still have an attack where it leaves 150 people dead. I mean, even if they were able to collect all the guns and take them away, that wouldn't stop murder. When you look at any other country, Mexico, especially South America, Africa, the main weapon they use to murder is a machete, not a gun. You know, so if somebody has it in their mind that they're going to kill somebody or do some damage, they're going to do it, whether it's with a gun, a car, a sword, a hatchet, whatever they can get their hands on. They've already made up their mind, so that crime's already going to be committed. Not to mention they're committing a crime, so they're not going to be following any laws. So.
What other countries compare to gun violence?
As far as how many people are injured or attacked, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, so America's got the strictest gun laws mainly in 2 states. Roughly 6 states have more gun control. All the rest actually are full auto states. You can pay a tax to the ATF, fill out an application and get a tax, and you pay for a stamp they give you, and you have full auto firearms legally. That's 36 full auto states. So, I'm sorry, I'm off track. What was the question again?
What? Stop the
Come
video.
on. No,
I
keep
said
going.
what gun, what other states compare to gun violence, as in
Okay,
the
yeah,
U.S.?
so the U.S., I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are as far as how many people are involved in gun violence. I do know that you are more likely to win the lottery than to end up in a terrorist attack as far as how many people actually die per year in that manner. As far as Africa, you want to talk about some bad places. South America, again, popping up where they have the pirates. I mean, those guys, they all have AK-47s, and they use them regularly to rob and murder and commit all kinds of atrocities all over the sea, all over the land of Africa. So as far as how many people are killed, you know, America's got a lot less than most.
Okay, well, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Jason Sullivan, and this here is Logan Kawa. We're going to be discussing gun control today. What are your views on gun control?
It's liberal communist propaganda. Alright, restart.
Oh, come on.